corpse pose. Let your legs that reach out long in front of you and the toes fall open. And then bring your right hand to your belly and your left hand to your heart. Just let the elbows rest on the ground. Get out all the wiggles and fidgets. Find a place where you can become still. The only movement you feel is the rise and fall of the belly and the chest as you breathe. Start to settle into that rhythm. Start to focus a little bit on balancing the inhales and the exhales. But also just notice the breath. With every exhale, try to really push out any other thoughts that may be in your mind. Even if you have to say to yourself on the inside, inhale and then exhale. Inhale and then exhale. Start to cultivate the Ujjayi pranayama, the oceanic breath. Inhaling deeply through the nose. And exhaling through the nose. Now on that exhale through the nose, try to push the air up and out the back of the throat. Create a rustling-like sound or a sighing-like sound in the breath. Feel the power of that exhale as you empty the lungs all the way out. And then feel that power again as you inhale deeply through the nose, filling all the way up. Stick with this breath throughout class. If your breath ever gets choppy or held, you can open the mouth and let out a big exhale that way. Set your intention for your practice today. If you're going with mine, it will just be to honor your body throughout class. As we work into the hamstrings, an area that sometimes is tight or a little bit more, let's call it difficult, a little bit more hairy for some people. Just honor your body and the movement and the little messages that your muscles are sending. Open the arms up to a T. You can gently blink the eyes open if you like. Pull one knee into the chest and then the other. And then scoop the tailbone up towards the mat. So lift your butt all the way up off the mat. Reach that tailbone up. And then place your lower back down on the mat. Gently roll to the left and the right. Really small. Keeping your cactus arms on the ground. Just rolling out the lower back on the mat. Then you can move it in circles as well, maybe moving your knees in a little tiny circle going one way, and then switching the direction and going the other. As your knees move away from you, you feel the lower back lift, and then as your knees come into your chest, you press that lower back into the mat. Keep that up, nice. And then gently bring the knees into center. Grab the knees with your hands and slowly straighten the legs. Reach your hands around the back of your legs. Try to get your legs as straight as you can. It doesn't matter if your hands are touching. Feel the back rooted into the mat and then flex the feet a lot like you could turn the toes down towards your nose. Find the beginning, the initial stretch in that hamstring. You'll feel it start to warm up as you flex the feet. You can even rub your hands on the quads or the back of your legs. Just keep flexing and breathing. And then we're going to grab onto the right leg. So wrap your hands to the left and the right of the right leg. Gently bring that left leg down 5 inches from the mat, not too far down. If you feel your lower back lift off the mat, lift the leg up a little bit more. Left heel is down, right heel is up, and then switch legs. Right leg reaches down 5 inches from the mat or even higher. Left leg is up in the air. We're going to go through 8 more of these really slowly. Inhale here. Exhale, switch your legs. Deep breath in. Exhale, switch the legs. Deep breath in. Exhale, switch the legs. Again, that's 6. You've got 4. Breathe. 3. Press that lower back into the mat. 2. You're bracing your abdominals here. Last 1. And then bring both knees into your chest gently. Start to roll up and down the length of your spine. And then just come to a little ball in the front of the mat. So get the feet down on the mat, hips width distance. Your hands might be wrapped around your legs. You're rounding the spine, put the chin tucked towards the chest, and then place the hands in front of you, slowly straighten the legs. You're in a forward fold. Feet or hips width distance apart, toes point forward, knees point forward. Knees are bent and the upper body is hanging heavy. You're lifting that tailbone up towards the sky, so you're working to straighten the legs, but they don't have to be all the way straight just yet. Breathe into this. On the inhale, half lift. Crown of the head reaches forward, flat back, squeeze the elbows in by your side. Feel that tailbone reaching all the way back, the crown of the head reaching forward. We've got 3 little cat-cows here. So on the inhale, arch the back a little, look up. On the exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin. These are tiny cat-cows. Inhale and exhale. Your abs are braced here. You're still in that half lift. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Come on back to that neutral spine, half lift. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Plant the hands. Step the feet back to a plank position. Stack your shoulders over your wrists. Your heels roll forward over the balls of your feet. Hips are slightly below the shoulders, but then sort of stick your booty out a little, engage the abs. So it's that tiny shift in the bum. Broaden across the front of the body. And then exhale, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Your feet and hands stay where they are. You can bend the knees slightly, the hips lift all the way up. Start to take your dog for a walk. Bending the left knee, bending the right. Looking under one armpit and then the other. A little bit of movement in the upper torso as well as you look under each armpit. And then we start to clean it up. Downward facing dog. Toes point forward. Knees are bent. We're working to straighten. Hips with distance in the toes. That's like an iPhone between the feet if you need to measure. Look forward at the hands. Your fingers are spread as wide as you can. Turn the armpits in towards one another as you lift the insides of the elbows up towards the ceiling. That's an arm engagement. Armpits in towards one another. Insides of the elbows up to the ceiling. Spread the fingers wide, press into the hands. Lift those hips. Inhale, shift the weight forward to a plank. Once again, hips in line with the shoulders or lower. Drop the knees. Arch the back, lower the chest and the chin. Knees, chest, and chin are on the mat. And then drop the hips, untuck the toes. Baby cobra. Lift the chest through, tops of feet. Press into the mat, kneecaps lift up. Squeeze the elbows in by your side and lift. Inhale. Exhale, lower the knees, tuck the toes. You press back up through bent knees, and then lift the hips, downward facing dog. That's one option for what we'll call your flow, your vinyasa flow. We'll come back to another one in a minute. On the inhale, lift the heels all the way up, look forward. Tiptoe the feet to the front of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, crown of the head reaches forward, flat back. Exhale to fold. Bend the knees a lot, start to roll up to stand, stacking vertebrae upon vertebrae, and then straighten the legs as your head comes up. Arms point forward, Tadasana, mountain pose. If you have a tendency to arch the lower back a little bit, tuck that tailbone under, find a neutral pelvis. Inhale, proud in the chest. Exhale to stay. Inhale, sweep the arms up, look up, press palms. Exhale, hands come down to your heart. Circle the arms up overhead. Inhale. Look up. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale to half lift. Crown of the head reaches forward. Exhale to fold. We do that same sequence, one breath, one movement. Inhale, the arms reach up overhead. Look up. Exhale, hands come to your heart. Inhale, the arms reach up overhead. Look up. Exhale, forward fold all the way down, slowly. Inhale to half lift. Exhale to fold. Last one of those. Bend the knees. Inhale, sweep the arms up, look up. Exhale, hands come down to your heart. Drop the arms, reverse swan dive. Arms reach all the way up. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, we half lift. Exhale to fold. Plant the hands, step back to a plank. Go through a flow, or another option for it. Inhale, press away from the mat. Exhale, half push up down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Tops of feet press into the mat. Pull up on the kneecaps, lift the chest, straighten the arms. Exhale, flip back over the toes, downward facing dog. Beautiful work. Keep up with the breath, guys. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose. Honor your body using the breath. Inhale, the right leg reaches up and back, toes point. Exhale, right knee towards left elbow, shoulders over wrists, twist. Inhale, lift that right leg, point the toes, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee towards right elbow, or tricep. Inhale, three-legged dog, leg reaches up, press back. Exhale, knee to nose, shoulders over wrists. Step that right foot through between the hands. You're in a low lunge, come to your fingertips. Gently just rock forward and back. Getting into the hips a little there. And as you reach that left heel all the way back, feel the stretch in the calf and the hamstring. And then press the feet into the mat. Stabilize the legs. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. High crescent lunge. Feet are on railroad tracks, not on a tightrope. Toes point forward, knees point forward, shoulders stacked over the hips. Arms reach up overhead. Inhale, high crescent lunge. Bend that front right knee. Make sure you can see the toes. Tuck that right butt cheek under a little. You want activation through the whole top of this right leg. Inhale. Exhale to twist. Left hand forward, right hand back. Keep the legs. If you came out of it, sit back in. You've got this. Squeeze that left butt cheek right here. Inhale. Nice. Exhale. Keep it stable. Keep it squeezed. Come back to center. High crescent. Inhale. Exhale. Hands come down to your hips. Now, we're just going to bump this left leg up a little bit. Take a step up. And then press into the right leg. We're just bringing the left knee into our chest. Inhale, left knee comes into chest. Woo! Slowly. I didn't go slow enough. You saw me tilt. Yeah. Left knee into the chest. You can wrap your hands around that left knee. Squeeze it in. Press into the right leg a lot with the right foot. Stand up tall and straight. Try not to lean back too much. Keep the shoulders over the hips. And then gently let that left leg drop back. Reach your right hand back. Try to bring it to the inside. So it's an external rotation of that left shoulder. The left hand grabs the inside of the left foot. You're doing a quad stretch here, but try not to open the leg up to the side. Let that left knee point straight down. And use this as a little bit of a stretch for the front of the left shoulder. Your right hand can be on your hip, or at your heart, or holding your shoulder, whatever feels best for you. Breathe here. Try to bring the left knee in to meet the right. Right leg is straight. One more breath. And then exhale, left knee comes back into the chest, release. This time, hands come to your heart. We're going to take that left knee, which is bent, cross the left ankle over the right quad. So you're in a figure four. Right leg is straight. You're feeling the stretch in that left glute as you press the left ankle into the right quad. You can stay here and breathe, kind of like a tree, a little bit of a different pressure point here, or start to sit down into it. Sitting like you're sitting in a chair, balancing on that one foot. Keep your hands at your heart. Press the left ankle into the right knee, right leg, not knee. A lot of work going on in this right leg, a lot of stretch in the left. Breathe into it. Lift the heart. Exhale, slowly stand up and release. Shake it all out. Nice work, everyone. Beautiful. All right, inhale, the arms reach up overhead, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to half lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back to a plank and go through a flow or meet us straight in downward facing dog. Using your breath no matter where you're going. Exhale. Inhale, the left leg lifts, left toes point, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee towards right elbow, twist, shoulders over wrists. Inhale, press back. Three-legged. Exhale, left knee, left tricep or left elbow. Inhale to press back. Exhale, knee to nose and hold. Step that left foot through, and if it doesn't get between the hands, just walk it there. Tent your fingertips, and then gently go for the low lunge stretch. Just shift the hips forward and back a few inches. As you reach that right heel back, feel the hamstring and calf stretch. And then your left knee is no further than your left ankle. Feet are on train tracks. Once again, press into the legs, anchor them down, then gently lift the arms up, high crescent lunge. I want to get that lower body conditioned to just lock in, create a solid framework and foundation for you to use the core to lift on up. Arms reach up. Slight bend in the right back knee is okay, or you can straighten the leg. Try to get that heel over the ball of the foot. Shoulders over hips, bend in the left knee. Make sure you can see the toes. Feel that left butt cheek tucking under. Feel the left glute activated. The left leg sit a little lower. Inhale, reach the hands up. Exhale, keep the legs twist. Right hand forward, left hand back. Twisting from the belly button. Legs are locked in. Arms reach apart. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Sit back down into that left leg lunge. Inhale. Exhale, come on back to center slowly. Inhale to look up. Hands come to the hips. Gently step that right foot forward just a few inches. And then we'll use slowly our left leg. Bend it. And then pick the right knee up into the chest. Give it a squeeze. So that right knee, you're pulling it into your chest. But your shoulders over your hips, so try not to lean back. Use the core and the arms and the leg. Just find that little stretch in the outside of the right glute here. And then gently find your balance. Left hand comes, let's say, to your hip. Take your right hand, turn your palm out, and then slowly start to reach the left foot back. Grab the inside of the left foot if it's available to you with your hand. You'll feel the external rotation in that right shoulder. If it pulls you back, try to pull the right shoulder back in line with the left. And then try to pull that right knee down in line with the left. So, shoulder, front of the right shoulder is getting stretched. The front right quad is getting stretched. Try not to let the knee open up to the side, and instead point down. If you look in a mirror, sometimes this looks like you sort of are missing the bottom half of your right leg because you're pulling it straight back behind you and trying to bring that heel to the butt. One more breath in. Then exhale, slowly release it, don't drop it. Keep that left leg steady, pull the knee back up. Hands come to your heart. Cross that right ankle over the left quad. Not on the knee, right on top of the knee on the leg. Figure four, press the left quad into the right leg and the right ankle into the left quad. Hands at heart, stay in this figure four or start to sit it down. Keep the chest lifted, drop the butt down. You're pressing that right leg into the left. Feel the work in the left glute, the left leg. Breathe here. You got it. Nice work. Inhale. Exhale, slowly start to stand back up. Release the leg and the arms, shake it out. Inhale, the arms reach up overhead, look up. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale to half lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, go through one last flow. We'll all meet in downward facing dog. Now, look forward and just gently start to walk your feet to the front of the mat, but walk them towards the outside of the hands. So you'll look kind of like you're forward folding, but your toes are pointed out, your feet are wider than hips width distance in a medium width. And I just want you to start to sit the hips back. Hands can be on blocks or fingers tented if you like. We're coming to Malasana in a little bit of a different way. Garland pose. Bring the arms to the inside of the legs. That's why your hands are out front. I want you to just pull them back in towards your body. They'll be on the insides of the legs, And then press the hands at heart center, thumbs to your sternum. And if your hips are high, that's okay. Just try to keep your heart above your hips. Wherever they are, press the arms into the outside of the legs. Squeeze those legs into the arms. This is an active pose if you let it be. Keep dropping those hips down, lifting that heart. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. And then exhale. Let the hands go. Slowly just drop your bum back down onto the ground. And then let the legs reach out long in front of you. You're in a seated position with the legs reaching out long. Shake them out a little bit. There you go. Flex the toes. Inhale, the arms reach up overhead. Exhale, start to hinge at the hips. Find length in the lower back as you hinge. So think about hinging forward, and up. And then gently let the hands come down to either your ankles or your feet or your shins, wherever they are. I want a little bit of an up dog in the chest to start, so don't fold all the way right away. Just breathe here. Should be pretty activated in the bottom of the legs. Doesn't matter how much you're folding. I want those legs straight and the feet flexed and the heels on the ground. Breathing into the back of those legs, the hamstrings, the calves. Keep the breath. Option to fold if you'd like, rounding the spine, bringing the nose towards the knees. But I'd like you to try to keep those legs as straight as you can to keep working into the hamstrings. Because the minute you bend them, it becomes a different stretch. So upper body doesn't matter, lower body is the focus. At least for this exercise. Gently, slowly roll all the way up. And then you're just going to bend your knees, bump your hips to the center of the mat. Slowly lower yourself all the way down. Knees are lifted. It's beautiful. Lift the feet up to a tabletop. So there's a bend in the knees, 90 degrees. And then we tend to bring our knees past our hips because it makes it easier for our abs. Get those knees right over the hips. Feel that abdominal engagement when you bring the knees right over the hips or further away from the torso, right? So I don't want your knees coming in past your hips. We're keeping this engagement. Press your lower back into the mat. You should feel this. You can stay here, right? If you like, bring your hands to the back of your head. We'll do little crunches, but if you let go of the abdominal engagement to do the crunch and you bring your knees into your chest, don't do it. I'd rather you just keep the legs and breathe here. If you've got the knees, inhale. Exhale, little crunch. Lift the shoulders off the mat. Keep the elbows open. Exhale to lower, or inhale to lower. Exhale, crunch, lower. Legs don't move. Crunch, lower. You've got 7. Hope you feel this. 6. I know I do. 5. Press the lower back into the mat. 4. 3. Breathe. 2. Last 1. Crunch and hold. Arms reach out in front of you. Pump the hands up and down for 10. 9, crunch, 8, 7, legs haven't moved, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, knees into the chest, let the upper body come back down to the mat, wrap your hands around your knees, give yourself a little squeeze, roll to the left and the right. Massage that lower back on the mat. And then bring the legs down to the mat, knees are still up. We've got a bridge pose here. Feet or hips width distance apart. Knees and toes track forward. Hands by your side. Try to walk your shoulder blades together under your back. I want you to imagine you have a beach ball between your legs, or if you have a block, actually put it there. I don't want your knees opening up. I don't want them knocking in. I want them exactly where they are so we can activate the legs here. Inhale. Exhale, lift the hips, bridge pose. Start to walk your shoulder blades together under your back. If it's available to you, interlace your hands, press the pinkies into the mat. Keep lifting the hips up. You're squeezing your butt cheeks, your glutes, to lift the hips, but also if you press into the feet, you'll feel the legs activate as well to help the butt out. Chin comes a little closer to the chest, or should I say chest towards the chin. Don't look left or right. You should feel a little tiny space where your neck doesn't meet the mat. So your upper back's on the mat, the back of your head's on the mat. You're looking straight up or forward, kind of where the wall meets the ceiling. Keep squeezing those legs, those glutes. Keep pressing into the feet. Lift the hips up, 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 and breathe. You've got 5. Lift and squeeze for a 4. Hold and breathe for a 3. You've got this. Can you take it an inch higher for a 2? How about just a ½ inch for a 1? And then slowly, without letting the knees move, gently lower everything down. Arms reach out by your side in a cactus. Gently windshield wipe the knees to the left, and the right, and the left, and the right. Beautiful. Bring the knees into the chest. Reach the left leg out and the right leg up. Flex that right foot. And then gently drop the right foot over to the left for a supine twist. You may have to bump your left hip over to the center of the mat a little. You want to keep your shoulders on the mat. If the extended leg is too much, option always to bend the knee. If you can extend the leg and get into the hamstring, hopefully you feel it right where it meets the glute. Flex that foot, look to your right, and breathe. You've got a few extra breaths here, so let's say 10 of the longest, deepest breaths you can take. Get into that Ujjayi breath. Listen to the sound of the breath as it goes down the back of your throat, and make an audible sound with that exhale, that rustling sound up and out the back of your throat. This is an exercise as much as anything with your muscles is. We're strengthening your lung capacity, strengthening your breath. Gently bend that right knee. Bring it in towards the center, bump the hips back to the middle. Right leg reaches out, left leg comes in. Bump those hips over to the center once again, left leg extends. Drop the left leg over to the right, flex the foot if you can. Look to your left. Once again, 10 of the deepest breaths yet. It is harder to breathe when you twist because everything's all twisted up. So if you feel it get a little sticky, breathe through it, push through it. Gently bend that left knee. Pull it back into center. Bring both knees into your chest. Bring your forehead to your knees. Give yourself the biggest hug, the tightest squeeze. Roll up into a tight ball. You can even use this little ball to stretch your upper back. Yeah, like tuck your chin into your chest. Try to bring that head towards your knees. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then exhale, gently lower everything down to the mat for your final Shavasana, corpse pose. Let the breath go and the body start to breathe itself. Release the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Unclench the jaw. Let body be so heavy. Come back for one last time to that intention. Honor your body as you did by doing this practice. Throughout the rest of the day, just think about what you can do, the little tiny small things to honor your body. Stay in the Shavasana for as long as you like. You're ready to be walked out slowly, gently. Pull one knee into the chest and then the other. Inhale and reach the arms up overhead. Big morning stretch. Exhale, roll to either side, fetal position, resting your ear on your bicep like a little pillow. Try to keep the eyes closed. Gently press yourself up to a seat. Any seat will do, legs crossed or uncrossed. Sukhasana, easy pose. Feel those sits bones rooted down into the mat. Palms face up or down on the tops of the knees. Take 3 breaths together to end the class. Exhale all the air out. Deep breath in through the nose. Hold it at the top. Through the nose, slowly, with control, exhale. Inhale through the nose. Sip a little more at the top. Hold it. Open the mouth. H-A. Blink the eyes open. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Press palms. Exhale, hands come down to your heart. Namaste, you guys. Thank you for joining today.